Hello folks, and welcome to SLE Equipment here in Nashville, Tennessee. Today we're doing the instructional video for this 8.5 by 24 black on black custom concession trailer. Let's get after it here. So first up, we're going to talk about the power. So before you plug into power, make sure that your power source, whether it's generator or shore power, is turned off. Go ahead and plug in here at the front. Right here's the motor base plug. So you're going to hook up here. It is a twist lock, so line up your notches. You can see there's a little notch right here. Line that up, plug in, twist it, and then tighten the collar down, screw it onto here. Sorry for the camera work. Once you've done that, plug into the other end and then turn on your power source. As you can see at the front here, we have the extended tongue with generator platform. Then we have the 36 by 36 access door to the V nose. Open up here, there's the power cord for the unit. Water heater here. Water pump. Just back around behind the water heater there. 30-gallon freshwater tank. 12-volt battery. Electric panel, and then the box right there next to the electric panel, that's the power converter, so that charges the 12-volt battery anytime that the unit is plugged into a power source. All right, and then this panel here is the fuse panel for the 12-volt system, so that's all of your interior and exterior LED lights and the water pump on the unit. All right. Down here you have the main drain line. That valve is open. You can see that because the handle is in line with the water line. This one here is your drain, so you're just going to turn that valve in line. That'll drain the contents of the freshwater tank out through the floor and down onto the ground there. This one here is your blowout for winterization purposes. You'll get that process sent to you in a separate video. And then you can see it has the black ATP flooring in here. Let's go on around. Get a look at the side here. All right, down here in the front corner, we have a stabilization jack. So it does have stabilizer jacks on all four corners. One thing I want to talk about the stabilizer jacks, please do not try to use those to lift the unit and level it. That'll be done with the tongue jack on the front and leveling blocks under the wheels there. These stabilizing jacks, run them down to the ground snug, stop there, that way you don't damage the jack. You will damage the jacks if you try to level the unit with it. All right. Up here we have the city water fill, so you're just going to remove this cap, insert a hose here, fill that freshwater tank. Once you've completed that, remove your hose, put your cap back on. Pressurized side, if you have access to pressurized at the site, then you can hook directly to it with a common water hose fitting. You can see it has the screen filter on it. You hook up here, it bypasses the freshwater tank, supplies water directly to the faucets and the water heater. All right. And then this key will be back inside the unit, hanging around the faucet. All right, down here we have the waste tank drain. So this small cap here is a common water hose fitting. You can connect up there, or you can remove this larger cap. That's a 3-inch hose. You can get that 3-inch hose at any RV and camper supply center. Once you've connected your hose, simply pull this handle out to the side. Allow the contents of the tank to drain. Once it's drained, push that handle back in, remove your hose, and replace your cap. And you're ready to go. All right. Right here we have the 36 by 78 entry door. LED light above it. Does have a bar lock on it for security. And then here we have the 8-foot, actually it may be an 8.5-foot wide flip up, half wall flip up with flip up counter. below it on this flip up counter. To lower that, you simply come here, depress one latch, depress the second latch, and lower the counter down. Pretty simple operation. All right, down here we have, this is an 8-foot half wall flip up here, entry door at the back, and then here we have the two 36-inch, I'm sorry, completely off, 36-inch door, 7K axles on the unit. One thing I do want to mention here, you see the rubber cap there in the center. So once every 10,000 miles or 12 months, whichever comes first, you'll need to remove that rubber cap, connect a grease gun to the grease fitting that's behind there, and properly grease that fitting. That way it keeps the hubs and bearings in proper working order for you. And there is one grease fitting on each wheel, so you'll have 4 of them total. All right, rear stabilizer jack on the driver's side. There's that half wall 36-inch entry door with a step. All right, we'll come on around back here. LED light there on the passenger side at the back, up top. And then across the back we have an 8-foot flip up, half wall with removable rear or bottom half wall. Just has the latches on it. See the license plate holder, so to remove this, you'll flip that up, pull that out, and you'll do that on all 4 of these, 2 on each side. All right, coming on around. LED light there on the rear. So you'll look down the passenger side here. Oh, sorry. Forgot to mention we do have roller wheels on the back of this unit as well to protect the rear end of the unit. You see those there and there. Again, 8-foot wide half wall flip up, LED light in between the 2 flip ups, and then 8.5 foot flip up here. I think I've misspoke again. I do believe that's going to be a 10-foot flip up in the front here, not 8.5. Yeah, it's 10 foot on this side. Sorry, I got used to the 8.5 there. So 10-foot flip up wall on this side. And then as we come on around, we have the 200-pound propane tanks inside propane cages. Stabilization jack on the front corner here. All right, so let's talk about the propane here real quick. This unit, actually we'll go inside right quick and then we'll talk about propane. Show you the inside of the unit. So this unit does not have a hood on it at this. So inside the unit here, we have the 3-bay sink with shelf in the V-nose there, hand wash station, 3 cabinet doors there. And these cabinet doors just simply look into the V-nose, give you access in there. So you can get to the water pump a little easier, things of that sort. All right, we'll demonstrate the water. So here's the on-off switch for the water pump. Let's turn that on. See, that's hot and cold side both on there. Still got a little air in that line. So before you plug in your water heater, you want to make sure to run your water, have the hot and cold both on. What you're looking for is this right here. No spitting and sputtering. It's just a good, steady, consistent flow of water. Once you have that, then you know that your water heater is full and it's safe to plug your water heater in and let it start heating up. It protects it, keeps it from damaging the heating element in the unit. All right, so in this unit we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 LED lights on the interior here. This unit is stubbed out for 3 gas connections back here at the rear. Again, you can see the metal ATP flooring. This is steel ATP flooring throughout, actually. And then you have 5 gas stub outs here. 24 by 72 flip up table or counter here. So these bolts right here, there's a wing nut on the back, or a nut on the back side there. Take that nut out, that bolt will pull out, you can remove that leg, and this flips down to the wall. All right, so before operating the gas on this unit, you're going to want to make sure that you have all the openings up, since there's not a propane hood or a grease hood inside this unit. Make sure all the flip ups are up for ventilation. And then you're going to come around here. You're going to open this valve all the way. Once the valve is fully open, then you're going to come here. You're going to turn your knob there. Sorry, got a little ahead of myself. Open this valve all the way. Once you've done that, you're going to want to listen here. Make sure you don't hear any hissing of gas. That was just this thing blowing out the compressed air that's inside that tank there from where I started opening it. Make sure you don't hear gas hissing out of here, and make sure you don't smell an abnormal amount of propane. If you do, you potentially have a bad regulator. You'll need to, at that point, have the unit inspected by a local gas company and have that any repairs necessary made. All right, so if this checks out though, the next step is going to be open this valve. When you do, you're going to hear a whoosh of gas come through here. When you hear that initial whoosh of gas, that's all you should hear. You should not hear gas continuously flowing through this line. If you do, shut this back off. Go into the unit, check all your knobs, make sure all your knobs are turned off. Once you've done that, come back out, open this back up. If you still hear gas continuously running, again, shut this off, shut the tank off, contact your local gas company, have them come out and service the unit. There's potentially a leak because you have gas flowing somewhere if you're hearing gas continuously running through there and everything is turned off. One concern is these lines do run underneath the trailer. We have to do that. So because of that, it does open it for the potential for road debris, rocks, rubber, chunks of wood, whatever, something falling out of somebody's truck, whatever it is, to kick up off the road and hit the gas line and damage it. So if you hear that continuous gas flowing, please shut this off and have the unit inspected. However, if it doesn't, then now you're ready to go inside and light your equipment. With this one, obviously no equipment, so I can't show you that, but just want to walk through that gas right quick. All right, well, that is going to do it for this unit. Hope you at least learned a little bit. If you are interested in a trailer like this one or a different trailer or have some different designs in mind, please contact us here at SLE. We'd be glad to help you out. Thank you very much. We appreciate your business.